huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't really saying anything is because they participated.
And 50 Cent sells Diddy Doc to Net.
What if I told you that one of hip-hop's biggest moguls is about to have his entire empire exposed? 50 Cent isn't trolling this time. He's producing a Netflix documentary that could reveal secrets powerful enough to destroy Diddy's legacy, his career, and maybe even take down others in the industry. For years, people whispered. Now the truth might finally come out. The question is, when the bomb drops, who survives? Stay locked in, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about Diddy and hip-hop history. Whispers in the industry suggests that 50 Cent is gearing up to release a Netflix documentary aimed straight at Diddy, and it has the music world buzzing. For years, rumors have circulated about behind-the-scenes tension, questionable business practices, and power struggles within hip-hop's elite. But this time feels different. Insiders claim this project isn't just another flashy piece of celebrity drama. It's being positioned as a direct strike at one of the most powerful moguls the culture has ever produced. If it lands the way many expect, it could do far more than entertain. It could shake the very foundation of the music industry. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs has been a larger-than-life figure in music, fashion, and business. His influence has been undeniable, from his early days shaping the sound of the 90s, to launching iconic artists, to building a global empire under the Bad Boy brand. He wasn't just a participant in the culture, he was a king. Artists, executives, and fans alike often saw him as untouchable, an industry giant whose legacy was carved in stone. But now, with whispers of a tell-all documentary backed by someone as relentless as 50 Cent, that narrative is beginning to wobble. The question everyone is asking is, why now? What has triggered this project at this particular moment? Some believe 50 Cent sees a business opportunity after all. Controversy sells, and few people in entertainment understand the value of shock like he does. Others point to a long-standing feud that has simmered for years, suggesting this is more personal than professional. Whatever the motivation, one thing seems clear. 50 isn't treating this like a casual dig or a passing distraction. This is deliberate, this is strategic, and it may very well be devastating. The buzz grew even louder after reports surfaced of Diddy being spotted in public, breaking down in tears. This wasn't the usual cool, polished mogul who rarely lets his mask slip. Witnesses described a shaken man, eyes red, face swollen, sobbing openly in a way that felt almost uncharacteristic. And while everyone is human, the timing couldn't be ignored. To see a man who has spent years projecting control suddenly unravel in public has only fueled speculation that something much bigger is looming behind the scenes. Could it be that Diddy already knows what's coming? Could he be bracing himself for impact? For a long time, Diddy has been the face of resilience in hip-hop. He's survived tragedies, lawsuits, business disputes, and endless gossip. Each time, he seemed to come out stronger, flashing his signature grin and reminding the world of his indestructible image. But this upcoming Netflix documentary feels like a different beast altogether. Unlike lawsuits, which can be quietly settled, or rumors, which can be denied, a documentary has the power to lay out a carefully crafted narrative backed by evidence, testimony, and visuals that the public will consume in one binge-worthy hit. It's not just information, it's storytelling. And storytelling, especially in the age of streaming, is powerful enough to rewrite public opinion overnight. If the rumors prove to be true, the consequences could be catastrophic. We're not just talking about embarrassing anecdotes or messy business disputes. Industry insiders are whispering about allegations that, if made public, could cause an entire domino effect throughout the culture. Diddy isn't just a solo player, he's connected to countless artists, executives, politicians, and business partners. His empire was built through networks of influence that extend far beyond music. If cracks appear in that empire, who else might be exposed? Who else might be implicated? Consider how documentaries have shifted narratives in recent years. The public has seen how projects like Surviving R. Kelly didn't just spark conversations, they triggered legal action, ended careers, and forever changed the way audiences viewed an artist once hailed as a genius. If 50 Cent's rumored documentary lands with even half the impact of something like that, Diddy could face consequences that extend beyond his reputation. We're talking potential financial ruin, severed partnerships, and even legal challenges that might otherwise never have surfaced. And yet, beyond the sensationalism, there's something deeper at play here. This situation shines a light on the fragility of legacy in the modern age. For decades, Diddy cultivated the image of the bad boy for life, the ultimate mogul who could outwork, outshine, and outlive any scandal. But the truth is, legacies are not invincible. They're delicate, easily fractured by revelations and what once seemed solid can quickly crumble when new information is brought to light. And with someone like 50 Cent, a master at blending business savvy with cultural impact steering the ship, this documentary could hit harder than anyone anticipates. Let's not forget that 50 Cent has proven himself as more than just a rapper. Through his G-Unit film and television studio, he has successfully created shows like Power and BMF that captivated audiences and turned into cultural touchstones. He understands how to tell a story that grabs attention, sparks conversation, and keeps people hooked. So, if he's putting his weight behind a project like this, we can assume it won't be half-baked. It will be polished, dramatic, and designed for maximum impact. The real suspense lies in the unknown. What exactly does 50 Cent have? What kind of receipts has he gathered that could dismantle Diddy's reputation? The industry is buzzing with possibilities. Stories of how artists were treated behind closed doors, questions about money that never added up, and even whispers about personal life details Diddy has worked tirelessly to keep private. Each rumor alone might be survivable, but together, presented in one cohesive, cinematic package, they could paint a picture too damning to ignore. Of course, skeptics argue this could all be smoke and mirrors. After all, 50 Cent is infamous for trolling, for stirring the pot just to keep the spotlight shining. Could this documentary simply be an elaborate hype machine designed to build anticipation for something far less explosive? It's possible, but even that doesn't erase the impact. The very idea that this project exists has already shifted the narrative, planting seeds of doubt that could grow no matter how the final product turns out. Meanwhile, Diddy's public behavior is only making the speculation louder. Emotional breakdowns, erratic public appearances, and uncharacteristic slips of composure all paint the picture of a man under immense pressure. Whether or not 50's documentary delivers on its rumored promises, the damage may already be done. In an era where perception often matters more than fact, the image of Diddy sobbing openly on a Los Angeles sidewalk could prove more powerful than any headline. At its core, this moment feels like a crossroads not just for Diddy, but for hip-hop culture itself. If the documentary exposes what many believe it will, it could trigger a reckoning about how the industry has operated for decades. It could open the door for other stories, other truths, to finally come to light. And in that sense, this isn't just about one man's downfall. It's about an entire culture deciding whether it's ready to confront its shadows. So here we are, waiting, watching, and speculating. Will this documentary deliver revelations strong enough to topple a mogul once thought untouchable? Or will it fade into the background as just another chapter in the long, messy saga of rap beef? One thing's for sure: when it finally drops, it won't just be a show to watch. It will be an event, a cultural earthquake, and quite possibly the biggest storm Diddy has ever faced. Until then, the world watches, the whispers grow louder, and the pressure mounts. And for the first time in a long time, Diddy doesn't look like the man in control of the narrative. He looks like the man bracing for impact.
So many videos on Diddy, that are resurfacing, but an actual documentary. And I don't know if there's gonna be like something with 50 Cent voice narrating. I don't know, but it's gonna be bad. I would advise everybody to tune in who really don't really understand and what, how far back this goes with Diddy. From when people were speaking out earlier on him. I know it's gonna have stuff on Tupac, Biggie, all that, but we're gonna check this video out here, man. 50 Cent be trolling, but this is the ultimate right here, top tier. Let's jump right into it.
Days after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Shopping it
Yeah,
around.
and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio,
man.
and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So,
And think about this. Everything hasn't even came out yet. So I'm just wondering, they're probably going to wait to see if I'm guessing to wait to see if he goes to jail or what, because I feel like they need more, not more evidence, but just.
At first glance, this might seem like another rap rivalry, but the story runs much deeper. Believe it or not, 50 Cent and Diddy weren't always at odds. In fact, they once shared mutual respect. They moved in the same industry circles, even teaming up musically. One standout moment was the I Get Money Forbes 123 remix, a track that thrilled fans and showcased the power of their collaboration. But that camaraderie didn't last. Somewhere along the way, the friendship fractured, and things turned sour quickly. Today, 50 isn't tossing out harmless jokes. He's going after Diddy with precision, through sly Instagram posts and cryptic hints. He's kept fans guessing just enough to spark debate without revealing the full picture. It's the art of tension building, and 50 has mastered it. All signs point to that build-up leading to one major release, a Netflix documentary. If the rumors hold weight, this won't just be another round of musical banter, could surface allegations capable of rattling the very core of the hip-hop industry. Diss tracks and social media shade pale in comparison to what's being teased here. What's coming next could rewrite careers and reputations entirely.
There's the whole where 50 Cent tells the story about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Right.
And there's also the time where he made Fabulous real uncomfortable while Diddy was calling some other dude daddy and telling Fabulous like, yo, why don't you party with me? And, trying to get Fabulous to party with him, What do you think about these like little looks into the past about how Diddy was acting?
I see a lot of, I would call epics, these little commercials, these little cartoon things, South Park, that popped up with the devil talking about, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. Did you ever see that on South Park?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, 50 ended up posting it, but I'm a South Park fan, so I already knew about that one, you know what I'm saying? So, that was on, was that on South? Yeah, that was on South. Yeah, it's South Park. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a South Park fan, so I'm looking at that. So, and I say that this guy could have went down in history as one of the greatest producers that put together some of the greatest music in the 90s and having arguably one of the top greatest rappers in hip hop in his camp. For the people to make him the laughing stock of hip hop, the laughing stock of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
You're probably asking yourself, why is 50 Cent choosing to go after Diddy now? After all these years? That's the golden question, and theories are everywhere. Some believe it comes down to money. Others think it's an old grudge finally bubbling to the surface. Whatever the reason, one thing is undeniable. 50 isn't taking this lightly. This feud has shifted far beyond casual jabs between rappers. What's at stake now is power, legacy, and perhaps long-buried secrets that could shake the industry. 50 Cent has always had a reputation for being ruthless with his rivals, and this time Diddy seems to be the one in his sights. The anticipation is reaching a fever pitch as word spreads about the Netflix documentary in the works. Will it really deliver enough revelations to dismantle the empire of one of hip-hop's biggest moguls? Or is it all an expertly crafted play to build hype? Either way, when this documentary finally drops, it's poised to dominate every conversation in music and beyond.
New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bro. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bro, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace. It's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell. Because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They're not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves. Nah, not at all. Ice Cube.
Sis, let's be real, the tea about to spill is scorching. For years, whispers about Diddy have floated around, but this time feels different. 50 Cent isn't just throwing shade. He looks ready to drop a bomb that could rock the entire industry. And we're not talking about petty contract disputes or a little business drama. The rumors swirling point to something darker, deeper, and potentially career-ending. Word is, this Netflix documentary might just be the beginning. The streets are buzzing with talk of lawsuits, secret deals, and buried scandals that could leave Diddy's empire looking more like quicksand than concrete. And if it all starts to collapse, the fallout might drag other big names down with him. The saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. And for years, smoke has been circling Diddy's name. From his alleged treatment of artists to murky money trails, questions have lingered. Now, 50 might finally be the one holding the answers in. Apparently, he's got the receipts to back it all up. And these aren't flimsy screenshots. Insiders claim 50's evidence is the kind that makes powerful men sweat. If even part of it proves true, this could flip everything we thought we knew about hip-hop's self-proclaimed bad boy mogul. Word on the street is the documentary may even touch on Diddy's personal life, not tabloid gossip, but the secrets he's fought hardest to keep hidden. In fact, with recent surveillance footage surfacing of Diddy allegedly abusing his ex, the timing of this project feels like more than coincidence. Some doubted 50 at first, assuming his talk about a documentary was just trolling. After all, he's notorious for stirring up chaos online. But according to TMZ's Michael Babcock, this isn't a bluff. The project is real, produced through 50's G-Unit film and TV studio, home to several successful shows. Netflix reportedly outbid other platforms for the rights, proving this isn't some side hustle. It's an actual production, set to air in the near future. For decades, 50 and Diddy have had tension. While they once worked together, their relationship soured. And 50 has never hesitated to take shots, especially when Diddy was vulnerable. Right now, Diddy's not in a position to clap back, and 50 knows it. The imbalance of power only adds fuel to the fire. And here's the twist just when you'd think Diddy's skeletons had all been dragged out. Whispers suggest we've only seen the surface. Those lawsuits he's been trying to keep quiet. Rumor has it they're directly connected to what 50 plans to expose. And this isn't just about Diddy. If 50's hints are accurate, the fallout could implicate a network of powerful players, some so influential their names could leave jaws on the floor. Meanwhile, Diddy's recent public appearances haven't helped speculation. Emotional breakdowns, erratic behavior, strange timing. It's painting a picture of someone who knows the walls are closing in. He may not be guilty until proven so, but the perception alone is telling. And with 50 standing by, fire hose in hand, this isn't smoke anymore, it's a full-blown fifth alarm blaze. If the rumors are even half true, the upcoming documentary could do more than tarnish Diddy's name. It could dismantle his empire, unravel his legacy, and rewrite the history books of hip-hop and pop culture itself.
There's no way, based on the evidence that the prosecutor presented, that the judge was going to allow him to be bonded out on the first get-go. Now, if he comes up with some more hearings, he might be released. But based on the evidence, they've been following him, bro. They've been tapping his phone, been having people watch him. You understand? He been coming back and forth from New York, and he don't usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here, yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from him. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered him $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy's phone being chopped, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy. She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with.
50 Cent keeps dropping bombs, and it looks like Diddy can't take the heat. We've seen him emotional before. But this breakdown feels different, like the weight of something bigger is crashing down on him. The question is, why now? At the exact moment he needs to keep his cool more than ever. Imagine it, Diddy, the mogul who built his brand on flawless style and untouchable confidence, suddenly looking disheveled, bloodshot eyes, a swollen face, and tears streaming with no restraint. This wasn't a subtle moment of reflection, it was full-on public sobbing. The kind of breakdown that stops people in their tracks. Witnesses say it happened right outside a high-end restaurant in Los Angeles. He arrived with his crew, probably hoping for a quiet night, but something set him off, and the facade crumbled. His entourage tried to shield him, but Diddy couldn't hold it together. Onlookers were stunned. And that's the thing, this isn't just anyone. This is Diddy, the man who has spent decades perfecting the image of cool, calm, and in control. Watching him unravel in the open is like seeing a monument crack. It just doesn't happen. Which begs the question, what has him this shaken? Is it 50 Cent and the looming Netflix documentary? Or is it the ghosts of his past closing in at last? Diddy has survived scandal after scandal, but this storm feels different. If what's being whispered is true, the revelations on the horizon won't just sting, they could strip away everything he's built. For the first time in a long time, the bad boy mogul looks less like an untouchable legend and more like a man on the verge of collapse.